sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another preview. This time we are previewing Game Week 10 of the awesome fantasy football season that is 2020-2021. And I can say right now that hits have been made across the board. Lots of people talking about taking hits. People who have used their wild cards, and people who previously used their free hits. Bruno are now sorting their teams out, and it's very entertaining looking in the Discord at everyone's ideas on who they want in their teams, who are the players, Vardy, KDB, and to be honest with you, it's just been one of those seasons where, like, it feels for me like if I don't take a hit, I'm feeling like I'm a little bit dirty, like feels like I'm doing something wrong. I'm so used to taking hits now that anything different, it just doesn't seem right. But I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. It's been waiting all this time for the stream to go on. The intro was a bit longer than normal. I played the other one first, played that one afterwards, just for the guys that are waiting in the stream. We've got Naji there, Sultan Saeed, got Madeline in chat, Daniel Jarman, Harbour Boy's there too. Hi, Harbour Boy. Brian Tavares, we've got James Bennett, we've got Christoph, we've got Coolio 2 Foots. How's it going, buddy? One Rovers Vlogs, Charlie, dude, what's going on? I hope you're coming on tonight, mate. I hope you're coming on to that. Amarch says, I love this song. Seb Long, Mark Byrne, Eric Castillo, man. Welcome. I saw you in the Llama Lounge chat earlier on. Said hello. What a guest they are on today, eh? Mr. Monday. Toenail in the chat, Tobias, Bilal, Zane. We've got lots of you guys. Lee Ozzy there. Dre, Zero, Brew, Tobias, loads of you guys. How are you guys all doing? I want to say a massive welcome to Blonde, who may or may not be watching, but the latest moderator to join the team of moderators in Discord and to help the community. The community is growing, guys. We are now standing at a strong army on Discord of nearly 2,600 managers. That's just ridiculous. There's always conversations going on in the Discord, whether it be on voice, whether it be on direct just chat channels, whether it be just rate my teams, whether it be polls on who captain to pick, whether it be fan tracks discussions or championship manager FPL that Anurag's devoting his life to, that we all did back in like April this year. I just want to say, guys, that it's been crazy. Hey, Blonde, how's it going? How's it going? It's been a crazy day for me today. It's been a long day at work, and I've not been able to keep up to date with all the news. But wow, when I got home, there was some news, and something that makes KDB even more appetizing now is the fact that Pope looks like he's going to be unlikely to play due to an injury. That's going to be very interesting. He's possibly ruled out. I think they tweeted out that he's unlikely to play, is what Burnley tweeted out. In don't know exactly what happened. A blow to the head during the win over Crystal Palace on Monday. So, yeah, Nick Pope being out. Could that be good news for people owning KDB, Aguero, Jesus, Ferran Torres? It's Steve-O was going crazy about earlier on in his stream that he's going to be possibly bringing Torres in. What do you think about that? A March took a -12 this week. Interesting. Digne, yeah, we're going to get to the Digne news, Toenail. Don't you worry about that. Right, so we've done KDB. Let's talk about Calvert-Lewin. And now, how much is this injury to Digne going to affect the potential returns of Calvert-Lewin? I think it will have a knock-on effect, but I don't think it's going to have a big knock-on effect. However, I've got him in my team. I've got a bit of a dilemma when it comes to my team. And for those of you who haven't been following me, I tweeted out earlier on today saying that I'd taken a -8, and then I revealed that I'll be talking about it in this show. So yes, if we can get to a 100 likes, then I'll reveal it. There we go. That's a bit of a carrot. Guys, I'm going to feed you a bit of a carrot on the end of the stick. If we get to 100 likes, I'm going to farm the likes out, because the proof of the pudding is we can only grow the channel as we've noticed that considerable amount more people get to see our channel on the recommended or the playlists that they're watching when videos get high likes. That is it. So that's what we ask. We ask for likes. It helps us out. That's all we ask for, is if you enjoy the show and you want to help us out, hit the like button. So yes, Digne out, 2 months possibly out, ankle injury sustained in training. France reported it first, and then it was confirmed by Everton requiring surgery. So that's not good. That's good, not good at all. I think over 50,000 people, I read on Reddit earlier on, over 50,000 people earlier on had transferred him in. And he went up in price last night too. Wow. So yes, and then Zaha has also been confirmed out for Crystal Palace, and that's the problem that Steve-O's having to deal with at the moment. Who'd you captain? So here we go, we've got the questions coming already. Who'd you captain from the following? DCL, Werner, Salah or Jota? Well, Werner's probably going to be playing out on the wing, so not him. Calvert-Lewin hasn't got Digne feeding him the balls in from the left-hand side. Salah or Jota? Well, Salah's on penalties, so it'll be Salah for me, purely because he's on penalties. So, algorithms. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. It's all about the algorithms. Cancelo could be one, but again, it's a rotation risk. You just never know with Pep. I think I would be recommending Telles. If I was looking for that price point, I'd be going with Telles. I think he is due a good run of games, and I think the way he plays, I really like it. He's very attacking. He's clever. He's on set pieces, and he's got a good eye for the pass. Could Milner take the penalties? Possibly. Is that your team on the left of the screen? I think the team's on the right, isn't it? That's my team from. You guys are clever. You guys. What you guys doing? You're not supposed to see that. Anyway, moving on. Reguilon is one I'd go for. Spurs are looking solid at the moment. I had him earlier on in the season. Spurs, to be honest, guys, I've had a few people asking me why are they asking me, I don't know, but a few people have said, do I consider Spurs as being title contenders? And I absolutely do consider Spurs to be title challengers this season. They're playing very good football. They set aside Man City very convincingly, and Mourinho's set them up really well. And I think that they've got the players. Harry Kane is just an absolute amazing talisman. Son's on great form too. They're gelling, and proof's in the pudding. They're doing well, and wait to see where they are after Christmas. That's all I will say. But yeah, definitely. Thank you, Infamous. Jota bandwagon is in the full swing, says Bilal there. Any thoughts on Gabriel Jesus? I already own Sterling and Diaz, or is KDB a better option, or maybe double up on the defense? Honestly, it all depends on how risky you want to play it. If you want to go risky, then go Jesus. If you want to play it safe, then go De Bruyne. Obviously, it's a couple of million more, but with that, you get the added security of minutes, you would imagine, and the penalties. What do you think about Antonio? Good player, and it's a good price point. But I think the thing is right now, I think a lot of people are finding that there's so many players that they want in, but there's only a certain amount of slots that they can fit them in. And now I have actually faced myself with a big dilemma with a attacking. My attack, I have to drop somebody every week, and we'll get to that in a moment. But let's see. I want to see if we get some callers on this evening. So if you're watching the show and you are interested to talk to me about your team, you want to just talk about your dilemmas, who you've got in, who you're looking to transfer in, who you're looking to transfer out, what you think the score's going to be the weekend, get yourself on the show and we'll look at previewing Gameweek 10. We've got lots of you that have been waiting. I know that I saw someone in the waiting room a minute ago, actually. Is he still there? Berdio's there. Let's see if we'll bring him on. Berdio, what's up, my friend? I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing good. It's this week actually for me has gone really quick. We're on Thursday already. It's the end of Thursday. It's Friday tomorrow, and the game week starts tomorrow, doesn't it? And it's a long game week, 4 days. Well, it is, but I've got someone playing in that game. Ooh, yeah, absolutely, my friend. That's one of my cheeky little moves, Mr. Berdio, absolutely. But enough about me. This is about you now. Have you had a good week? In general, mate. In general, yeah. Yeah? Hasn't it got so cold so quickly? Like, it seems like the start of this week, it just turned into literally polar conditions. Like, my motorbike, I should cover it up because every morning I get out of my house and my motorbike's parked literally in front of my front door pretty much, and there's ice on my seat and on my bike. I'm thinking, you know what? I think I need to put a cover on it. And anyone that probably owns a motorbike in the channel, in the chat now, is probably screaming to me, go, yeah, put your blooming cover on your bike. So, it's, I just keep thinking, I might fancy going out on it. So I don't know. But anyway, I think it's the time of year now. I just put it away, put the cover on it, and leave it until sort of like February time when I can start going out on it again. Apparently they can't. Hang on a second. They can't hear you. Why can't they? Oh, you know why? Hang on a second. I'm really sorry about this. Sorry. It's my fault, not yours. Like, do me a favor and talk.
Hello.
There we go.
Check.
Yeah, it's my fault. I keep changing the settings on Discord when I play video games. I play a lot of, I have been playing a lot of, not recently. I've been playing that Black Ops.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing that multiplayer on Black Ops, and I've got a couple of people I play with, and I changed my Discord settings to audio, and I forgot to change them back. So the chat have just been listening to me talk to myself for the last 5 minutes. So yeah, I am.
Been listening to you have a lovely little chat.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I'm not mad. I am talking to another human being. I've got Mr. Birdio on this evening. Mr. Birdio, say hello to the chat.
Hello, chat. How's it going?
There we go. And you had a good week, didn't you?
I did. I had a very good week. On the back of a nice game week on FPL as well. So what a combination.
Wow, what score did you get last week?
73.
Very nice, very, very nice. And have you taken any hits this week, or planning to take any hits?
I haven't made any transfers yet, but
you're a better man than me, mate.
I've got one free transfer, and I've got a million different things that I could do with it, and I think I'm either going to end up rolling it and just kind of sacking it all off and having 2 for next week, or I'm probably going to end up taking a hit. I really can't see.
Well, while you think about that, I'm going to quickly get myself organised, and I'm going to quickly get your team up on the screen because I know that the chat are dying to understand what you're talking about. And here it is. Here's your team. This is for the upcoming game week. And firstly, if I can ask you, what are your thoughts about the Digne injury and how you think it may or may not affect Calvert-Lewin's potential returns?
I think it could affect him. I think he's quite important to the balance of the team in general with the way that he goes forward and overlaps. It's obviously we know what he can do. I mean, he got a couple of assists last weekend, and we know what he can do in terms of putting the ball in the box. But I think the way that he allows the rest of the team to play, I think the way that he takes, attacking kind of or defensive attention away, from the opposition and kind of creates space.
Absolutely. I admire his movement. I admire his strength. I admire his ability to leap like a superhuman being. And I think there's few people. I don't know if there's anyone in the Premier League at the moment that's quite as athletic in the air as Calvert-Lewin. And I think, going forward, of course, you'd be more than comfortable in owning him. He's still got Richarlison, if he combines and links up well with. He's still got the creativity from Rodriguez behind him. So it's certainly not going to be something which is going to affect people's ownership or thoughts of ownership with Digne being out. But moving forward, I see you got Foden in your team. What's your thoughts with him?
So the way I've taking the approach with Foden at the moment is I've had him for a few game weeks now, and I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, he's got to play at some point soon. Like, he's got to start a football match, and I kind of feel like, rightly or wrongly, I'm at the point now where I'm like, I've held him this long, I've got to get a game out of him. I need to see what happens, and I know if I move him out this week, even if he doesn't start the Burnley game, he'll start the Fulham one, and I just kind of, I don't know, it's one of those weird FPL things, isn't it, where you just kind of sit there and go, I want to see what he does first.
Did you, in hindsight, do you feel like you wish you'd have got onto the Jota bandwagon?
I think it's easy to say yes now, but at the time when I brought Foden in initially was probably about game week 4 or 5.
So it's
So back
before the
then,
Jota getting regular starts and minutes.
it wasn't really a thing back then. I could have done a straight swap for him about 8 or 9 days ago when they were the same value, and I suppose maybe that was the time to move. But with this City fixture run,
to be fair, Foden's England. I mean, internationally, he's been doing really well. Domestically, he's been doing really well too. I mean, he's been certainly playing well to deserve starts. But obviously, Pep, he can only start a certain amount of players, and he's decided to keep him on the bench the last few weeks.
And it's frustrating as well when you see games like last night where he plays 90 minutes and he scores the only goal of the game, and then you realise that in FPL terms, that's probably the worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah.
I don't see him starting. It's just you never know with Pep. I know that second guessing Pep is always just not worth trying to do. But when you look at some of the players that didn't play at all, and some of the players that either came on for a few minutes off the bench or got subbed early, I just don't see a world in which Foden slots in and starts over any of them. I just really don't. But
so is he on? So you got any money in the bank?
I've got absolutely nothing in the bank, which is a shame.
See, I would be saying to you to bring in Jota in, but I know the Burnley fixture's really tempting. But looking at your team, the only player for me is that Foden. That is it. However, if he starts, loving life. If and even if he doesn't start, he can come off the bench. He has done in the past. Come off the bench, grab a goal. So it's one of those, isn't it? I'm definitely going to be captaining Salah.
I think at the moment, if that's how my team ends up staying, then probably. I don't really think you can ever go too wrong by captaining Salah. And even if it doesn't pay off, no one can generally really say that you did anything too mad. It's captaining Salah. I mean, it's not exactly out there, is it?
No,
and he's got a good record.
Yeah, Steve-O was saying about Salah as being the man. He's got a very good record, and away at Brighton. I mean, it's without any attack as well with Jota, and that's the thing. Liverpool seems to be pulling out the results, and people got him out, didn't they, Salah? What do you say to those people that got him out? They probably brought in KDB or other maybe United assets, Bruno Fernandes. What do you say to those people?
To be honest, I don't really think it's that out there. To be honest, I mean, if I could have KDB this week, and I could, I've still got one free transfer, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet. But is having KDB, given that he's just been rested when he's at home to Burnley, a bad thing? Like, it looks perfect. So if people did make that move, it's really not something that I don't think you can criticize too much. And Bruno is going to get points. Like he's only been around for what half a season at the end of last year, and then the opening 9 or 10 this season.
Player of the season for United.
He's going to get points. Like,
he played half a season. He was voted player of the season. The thing is, right, is that you struck the balance really nicely. Your team, you've got Salah, you've got Fernandes, the two premiums, you've got Kane, you've got Calvert-Lewin and Watkins. To me, it's a nice balance. You've still been able to afford Robertson and Chilwell at the back, two very attacking fullbacks. Semedo, yeah, it is what it is. He could come good, and the way at Arsenal, he could get something out of that. Martinez in goal. I mean, it's pretty much set and forget. His fixtures are nice. I can't see any issues. What was your transfer that you were considering? You said you were considering possibly making a move.
So I could do something really incredibly boring and move out a Semedo in a straight swap to someone like a Diaz. They're both 5.5.
That's or maybe Tellez.
Maybe a Tellez, but I really, I think the Man City defence at the moment could arguably pay dividends.
You don't trust United defence, and I don't blame you because I don't either. But
at the moment with their fixtures, I think they could be a shrewd move. I think a lot of people are talking about kind of City double ups in attack and maybe even triple ups. But I think if people are going on a City double up at the back, I think that could actually be quite crafty. The only trouble is, I was interested in moving Semedo to Cancelo, but after he played last night, and Mendy played 75 minutes at left back, and then Zinchenko came on, given that Walker is definitely going to play right back because he was rested altogether, I can see this being Cancelo's turn for a little rest. And
well,
that really
you
puts
would,
me
yeah,
off.
it wouldn't surprise me, to be honest with you. And it's one of those things where you just damned if you do, damned if you don't with Pep. And Diaz, solid. He's not going to be dropped. Not a bad shout. Yes, I mean Semedo out, Diaz in, or
there is a hit. There is a potential hit, and it's one of those hits that if it comes off, you look brilliant, and if you get it wrong, it ruins your season.
It's a -4, right?
It's a -4 if I do one.
It's only a tiny hit. What are you on about? You're making it sound like you're doing a -16 or something.
I'm considering taking Kane out for Aguero and putting the armband on him, and then using the 0.4 that I would get in the bank to move Foden up
lifting
to
his
Torres,
shirt up and then revealing Diego Maradona.
and then moving Foden up to Torres, who I think will start. And that would be a -4 for 2 City attackers, but one of them is Aguero. And they're both City attackers.
He's not fully fit, though, is he? That's the thing with Aguero.
He's not. But can he score a goal against anyone in 15 minutes? Yes. Look at the fixtures after that. Is he going to start at least a couple of games in the next 4? Probably. These are the games they're going to have to use. This is the thing. It's mad.
Well, it's brave. You're getting rid of your only remaining Tottenham player. I think you can keep one Tottenham player in your team because I think Kane and Son are going to continue their run of form. And it's the whole: do you play the form? Do you play the fixtures? Obviously, you're kind of swaying it to me that you're looking to play the fixtures. With City's beautiful fixtures coming up, I think you're wanting to get a bite at that cake. If you're whereabouts are you ranked at the moment?
67k.
Oh my life!
Yeah, 588 points overall. I finished in the top 1k last season.
So you're 600,000 places higher than me. So what I think you have a better understanding of what to do with your team at the moment. I would say that I think the move Semedo out is nice, but it is a dullard move. It's not going to net you a great deal this week, but it can do over subsequent weeks, as you just alluded to. You mentioning about the people not considering the defensive side of City with those fixtures. I think that's a very wise point to bring up. However, the potential explosiveness of Aguero is something which I've personally benefited from in the past. However, he has had a lot of time out. He's not sharp. He isn't going to be putting away all the chances, even if he does get them. So I think if you're going to get Aguero in, you get him in and you stick with him for at least 6 weeks. Like you can't be like, right, I'm getting him in, see how he does for 2 games. Right, if he doesn't do anything, getting him out. Of course, if he gets injured or if he starts to get rotated, then yeah. But it's such a big decision to take that out. I mean, you've got to kind of put your eggs in that basket and stick with him. For those fixtures are so prime. I mean, that's the only issue, isn't it? The rotation. But can you see Aguero playing second fiddle to Jesus?
No, I can't. I think we've had so long without Aguero because obviously he got injured during Project Restart, didn't he? And he never really came back properly. I don't know. There's something about Jesus that doesn't sit with me, and I don't think that he's any replacement for Aguero. They're different types of player for a start. But I just think that what you get with Sergio Aguero is probably one of the top 3 centre forwards the Premier League's ever seen. And I just don't. I
think Jesus tries to do a bit too much with the ball. I think if I look at the difference between Aguero and Jesus, Aguero to me is way more right. Get the ball, receive it, turn, shoot. Jesus is a bit more. He wants to try and be a bit fancy on the ball. Tries to take on defenders, and to be honest with you, in an out striking role, you just want your striker to just look at the goal and shoot. And like a few instances I was watching City play, he's not quick at making decisions in the box, Jesus, when he's got a ball at his feet. And he quickly turns with his back to goal, which is always a sign that he's looking for other players to lay it off to. And, in a striker, you want him to be selfish. Look at Mohamed Salah. You give him the ball. As soon as he's got half an inch to look at the goal, he'll have a shot. He won't care if the shot gets blocked. He won't care if the shot goes out for a corner or for a goal kick. He'll shoot. Loads of people might shout at the TV or shout, pass it, for God's sake. Mane's out in the open. But at the end of the day, that's the mentality. Anyway.
Yeah, I think you see with Jesus, he does hang on to the ball a lot more. And the thing about Aguero is, unless he gets the ball in the penalty area, he just wants rid of it straight away. Because he wants to lay it off to someone else and get in the box. That's his only interest at any point. Turn and have a crack, or lay it off and get in the box. And I think as soon as he gets a little bit of a few minutes and a little bit of match sharpness, I don't think you can really keep him out.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised in a few weeks' time. Aguero's another price rises, people getting him in. Whether he will go back with obviously Maradona, the news obviously of Maradona passing away, tragic, widely considered one of the best number 10s in history. Not my era, but obviously watching him back, I mean, he was something special. But yes, it'll be very interesting to see what happens with that. But Birdio, I know we've got other people waiting to come on, buddy. I want to say thank you for being the first person in the waiting room this evening to come on and chat. I wish you all the best, and with your decision. If it was me, I've got kind of a bit of history with Aguero. I kind of like that idea of bringing in Aguero, getting ahead of everyone else. But if I was being honest, safety point of view, I'd probably just go Delada, mate, and just take Semedo out for Diaz or Cancelo.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll come back in a few days and let you know what happened.
Yeah, definitely. Have a think about it. Cheers, buddy.
Perfect. All right, take care, mate.
Cheers, dude.
See ya.
FPL Birdio, everybody. Are you gonna reveal your team? Yeah, I am. But we haven't hit 100 likes yet. Come on, guys. We've got 100 odd people watching. We've got 57 likes. I'm sure you guys are more than capable of moving your index finger literally a few millimeters to the right hand side. Bottom right hand side, guys. Hit that like button if you already subscribed. If you aren't, please consider hitting the subscribe button and getting us up to 6,100 subscribers. In the notification bell, let you know when we go live. We've also got a very active Discord. Many people in there. Nearly 2,600 FPL managers in there, talking all things FPL, talking about everything. Game week 10. We've got other people waiting in the waiting room, and also if you want to come on air as well, that's the only way of getting in on air, having your say on the stream. We've got Dre Zera in the waiting room. Dre Zera, good evening.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hello, guys. How are you, Jason?
I'm all right, mate. I'm not too bad, my friend. How about yourself?
Feeling good. I'm feeling obviously not as posh as you with your very swanky microphone setup, but I've upgraded a little bit, so my audio sounds all right.
Dre, you sound on top of the world right now. Can I ask you, what have you been doing this week? Last week you were basically sanding down furniture and painting it. This week, what have you been doing?
So this week I helped deconstruct a bed so that myself and this same individual, can sell this item on eBay. And in addition, myself and this same individual, yesterday, she drove 20 minutes each way to get sushi. I paid for it, so it's balanced. So I had like my first meal. I kind of like balanced it with my diet. My first like kind of healthy meal, sushi, like first takeout meal in well over a month, and the sushi is absolutely scrumptious, I dare say, Jason.
Can I let you into a secret, my friend?
What's the secret?
I've eaten calamari. I've eaten all sorts of fish, from hake to cod to haddock, all these exotic fish, but I've never in my life had sushi.
What?
Never in my life had sushi. And the idea of it scares me.
If you're as shocked as me, then please like this stream right now. We are closing in on 100. We are 74 likes. My goodness, Jason, what is going on? Like, I've been to Japan. I'm a big lover of sushi. Like, what is scaring you, my friend? Let me help you.
I think it's the fact that it's not cooked. And, that to me kind of freaks me out a little bit. I don't know. Yeah? I don't know. It's purely all that. That's all it is. It's the fact that it's not cooked. Therefore, it can't be right.
So
I know it's silly. I know it's really silly.
I will give you a kind of a breaking the walls here. Certain foods, specifically with sushi, when it comes to especially like meats and that, like not the seafood, because seafood can be eaten cold, that's no problem. But the chicken and that kind of stuff, it's kind of like pre-prepared, pre-cooked, and then it's like added on. So trust me, I've had sushi for many years, and Jason, let me tell you, I am still alive, my friend.
No, it's just one of those things that I always thought maybe I can have something else instead. I do agree that you should probably branch out and investigate in other certain foods, and that may be on the bucket list one day.
Would you
maybe when we meet up, if one day we meet up, Dre, then you can take me to a sushi place and you can show me what sushi's about.
Absolutely, that sounds scrumptious. So, shall we move from sushi fantasy to FPL?
What a great segue into the next part. So, are you prepared for Game Week 10, Dre's era?
I have never felt so prepared in my life. I'm kind of slightly exaggerating because you can never really prepare 100% for a game because you don't know what the lasagna hell is going to happen. But I feel I'm prepared as I should be.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been one of those years, isn't it? Where literally you just don't know. It's like a roller coaster ride where every corner's a blind corner. You don't know what's around the next one. Is it going to be a sudden drop to your death, or is it going to just be another 300 meters up in the air where you're feeling great, you're getting all green arrows, only then to go down the death trap? I mean, to be honest with you, I've been taking hits left, right, and center. Okay, and I'm still, well within the top. I mean, what 670,000 or whatever it is now. That's not the end of the world, and some of these people that have been going, you know what, I'm not going to take a hit. They're just getting red arrows and red arrows and red arrows. Steve-O. But we'll move on. He's been getting green arrows. I can't pick on Steve-O. He's actually been getting green arrows. He's been doing all right, actually. I saw his stream earlier. Did you see his stream?
Yeah, I saw the first 45 minutes through. Yep.
What's this McDonald's challenge that he's going on about?
So, the McDonald's challenge is a viral challenge that is appearing on the socials, where what you need to do, eat 4 lots of that Grand Big Mac, 2 lots of chicken nuggets, a whole stack of fries, and 4 Cokes in an hour or less. Now, as you may have seen or heard, Jason, I have, unlike Steve-O, I have done the Krispy Kreme 12 donut challenge.
You have,
in one sitting. I have. However,
I don't know if that's something you should be proud of. However, I do respect it.
I felt proud. I felt proud at the thinking that I've done it, but I literally was bedbound for a few days. I felt so sick. But so I feel I have a shot at this, but it's one of those things where I find this to be a crazy mad thing of an idea, but I don't know if this tickles your fancy, Jason. Maybe the demon, maybe, but I don't know if Jason's up for it.
I mean, let's not start, kind of putting down any sort of demonic, references here. It's no longer Halloween. The demon is well and truly in the netherworld. However, I feel that if I was doing this challenge, I would come up with a way of deconstructing the food, eating the parts of the food that are less likely to kind of glow, what's the word? Kind of like the bread. Steve-O's on about the bread all the time. Get that stuff, get it down you at the end. Get all the lighter stuff down first. Get the chips down. Get the patties down. Hey, that's not light, I know that, but
for professional eaters, they tend to leave the carbs to the end because the carbs fills you up much quicker rather than the protein content. And
you know what? Maybe even just if you're going to be super sick, because you got to do. There's Coke involved, isn't there?
Absolutely, yeah.
Maybe just to go super sick, you could just literally put the burger buns in the Coke and let them start to dissolve. And then drink.
I mean that does sound rancid, but I think
that sounds rancid. It sounds absolutely rancid, and I'm sure we've probably lost about 20 viewers, and I do apologise if I'm putting you off your food. However, this is a damn good strategy, and I'm sticking to it if I was to do the challenge.
I would say one of the most important things when it comes to food eating challenges is to stay hydrated, even if it's not water, because the moisture you get from liquid beverages can really help you in the food challenge. But anyway,
moving on to your team. Dre Zero, are you prepared for this game week? Are you going to be taking any transfers, moves? Are you going to be taking any hits?
So what you're going to see from the team screenshots is my team already on a -4. And I'm locked and loaded, my friend.
Locked and loaded on the -4. You're feeling good. You're feeling brave. You've got the token lady, and you got Bruno there as well.
Yeah, that's on the that was on the Hangout. That's a different lady. It's a completely different lady.
Okay.
But this lady here, shout out. She does great illustrations and modeling. But anyway,
and I hear she's a massive. I hear she's a massive Elite FPL fan as well, right, Dre?
Oh yes, massive,
yeah, of course, yeah.
absolute, massive Elite FPL fan.
I hear that we are quite popular with both genders, or all genders, I should say. But however, moving on. Mm-hmm. Son is your captain. Is that gonna? Are you still going with Son as your captain?
The sun will rise again for the 5th game week in a row. Let's go, baby. Yep, I am sticking with Son. And it's going to be weird because I've got 4 players for Tottenham, Chelsea. So if there's a situation where Son could get points, Ziyech and Werner could get
You're
points.
Looking for like a 4-4 or something.
And then Jorginho gets a penalty saved by Lloris, and it's all chill.
Vice captain Jota over Fernandes. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You're not considering Fernandes at all.
I mean, Southampton is one of those games where it can be kind of tricky. Southampton is a very good pressing team, and I find Man United, if they play Fred and McTominay, then the problem is with Man United is that with those two, they invite pressure into the other team, and with Southampton being a high pressing team, pressing as a team, then it might not be many goals. However, Bruno does sneak in with them free bonuses, so at least I'd rather have him than not.
I can't believe you're going to perma-captain. How many weeks are you going to captain Son?
Well, here's the thing. So I did mention on Hangouts that perhaps I should do it till the end of the season. However, game week 13 is Tottenham-Liverpool. And as you know, and as a few of our viewers will know, I myself am a Liverpool fan. And I can't put my heart towards captaining Son on that game week, but I'll decide nearer to the time. But the plan is, apart from potentially 2 game weeks with the Liverpool, I am very open to captaining the Son.
Fair play. He's in form. I can't deny that. And at Chelsea, could be definitely goals there for him. So yeah, completely gonna go ahead and say fair play. If it pays off, mate, another good week for you. I just love the Mengi pick for United. I mean, I don't know nothing about him, but yeah, the third sub,
I have a very he's 3.9, but also it's very, very far away theory. This is very, very mad theory. I believe that eventually he will play, and I'm just waiting for the eventual price rise, regardless if Ollie is in or not. He's highly rated within the academy.
Didn't you say about what's his face for Liverpool? Oh, Curtis Jones.
Yeah, well, Curtis Jones is starting nearly every game, isn't he?
I don't see him in your fantasy football team.
Well, you see...
I see Mendy in there.
I mean, when it comes to midfield, the thing is with midfield though in this season, there's so many scrumptious options. So I mean, I think with me going with a kind of power 5 midfielder, I think Curtis Jones for now would be a waste, and I think that Diogo Jota is definitely a far more exciting option.
What a signing! What does this mean for Minamino?
Well, the thing is with Minamino is that I feel that unfortunately he has gone down the pecking order, but as you have seen with Liverpool, we are literally down to our academy players to be in our squad for our defence and in our other positions in our team, even though Henderson is back in full training as I've seen today, so that'll hopefully help things. But no, seriously, I mean, I think Minamino, I think he might revert to an Origi role, because I think Origi might be sold in January, so it's one of those things where hopefully Minamino can prove himself, but it's okay to have an okay squad. It's all right to have a squad. That's what I like to say. And Minamino,
if he's okay with it, though, isn't it? You might want to demand a transfer at this, this rate. However, I will move on from Minamino. Timo Werner. He's not playing up front like a lot of people had hoped he would. Abraham's in good form. He's likely to play out on the wing again. Is he staying in your team long term?
Well, there's statistics with Werner. I can't remember there was a comparison point between Werner and other players, but the last 5 game weeks, Werner has had points, and I feel that at least for the short to middle term, I like to say that Werner is a good pick. I mean, Werner's been in quite attacking positions. He's at the right positions. I mean, in the Champions League, he did miss that 2-yard tap-in, but happens to the best people. So I like the attacking positions. It's kind of why I've gone for a mad differential with Van Aanholt, 0.8% owned. I'm really excited about Van Aanholt. Even though he didn't get any good FPL points against Burnley, he was very attacking. He got into good attacking positions, and I'm feeling confident that he is going to have some sort of... yes, absolutely. Certain set pieces, potential free kicks, penalties, absolutely. So Van Aanholt, I think he'll be pick. Yeah,
your team's looking good, mate. I mean, Son is definitely objective or subjective, opinionative. I think that you're going with your own flow, which is always what we're all about here at Elite FPL, and massively respect it. And I can't really say much else about your team, really, other than the fact that you don't have Jamie Vardy or any Man City players. That's the only thing I'll say.
See,
are you worried about not owning Vardy this week and not having any Man City players?
Well, I was thinking about, I was considering players like Barnes, and I was actually considering a very, very weird sleeping option in Tielemans. However, I was thinking to myself, well, with Vardy, I'd have to kind of rip up, because I have nothing really left in the bank, so I have to alter my team with more hits, and I don't feel like taking many more hits, so I'm going to risk it without Leicester. I think against Fulham, I'm a bit worried about that more than the Man City game, even though with the history suggesting that Man City pummel Burnley, especially with the Nick Pope news. I feel that it could be a poison chalice, but it's one of those situations where you can't have everybody. And as much as I would love KDB, I just feel that he's a little bit off form for Man City, and with the history, KDB don't tend to be in the brunt of the points against Burnley for some reason. So for now, I'm happy to go without City, but that may change within a few game weeks.
Well, brave man you are. However, best of luck to you, Dre. And thank you ever so much for coming on this evening.
Thank you.
It's an absolute pleasure, and I want to say thank you for all the work that you do and what you continue to do.
Thank you. I have a quick Discord shout out. So tomorrow,
go for it, mate.
Tomorrow, the Crystal Palace Newcastle game. I will be live on Hangouts. There'll be you won't be streaming that game on YouTube, will you?
No, mate. No.
I'll be streaming on the Hangouts.
I'll be joining you. I'll be joining you in Hangouts.
I'll be streaming from Hangouts, reacting to that game. So tune in half an hour before kickoff. The big game, Crystal Palace Newcastle, only on the Discord Elite FPL Hangouts.
Thank you, Dre. I appreciate it, buddy. Speak to you soon.
All the best. Thank you very much.
Take care, mate.
Much love and pasta. Thank you.
And sushi. Dre, man, I love him. Let's bring on another guest. I know people have been asking, Jason, when are you going to reveal your team? Jason. When I said when we're going to get 100 likes. Now how many likes we're on at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how we are going. We've got 105 people tuned in. We've got 81 likes. I'm pretty sure quite a lot of you guys haven't liked the stream already. Why and how not? You're not enjoying it? Why are you watching it? Go on, watch someone else. 88 likes. There we go. Keep them coming up, guys. 100 likes. I'll reveal my team. There we go. It's honestly, it's worth it. It really is worth it. Honestly, you won't be sleeping at night when you see it. Will G, Sultan. We've got Naji, Danielle. I haven't spoke to Naji, I don't think, before. Let's see if we're bringing in Naji. Naji, you got yourself muted. Good evening. Can you hear me? Another Liverpool fan with his mic muted. Can he unmute his mic? Come on, Naji. Hello, mate. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Jason?
Oh, I'm super, mate. Thank you for asking. Is this the first time on the show? I don't recognise you in the Discord.
I am. I just subscribed, actually. It's my first day in your channel.
First day? Oh my god, this is amazing. I've got someone
I'm so happy to be here.
You've just discovered Elite FPL today?
Yeah, I watched the first stream today.
Mate, I have so many questions. First of all, how did you hear about Elite FPL?
I don't know. I'm just watching too many shows or any fantasy tips for me. I'm new. It's my first year on my fantasy thing.
Did it come up when you recommended?
Yeah, it's on my recommended. Yeah.
Do you know why? Do you know why it came up on your recommended?
Because it's the best FPL channel ever.
Well, okay, I was going to be a little bit more humble than that. No, it's because we got all these people that are tuning in, hitting that like button, and letting the whole of YouTube know that we're doing an awesome stream. That's why it got hit. That's why it's on your recommended, buddy. But dude,
now you have 107 likes.
I'm telling you now, I'm going to reveal my team after you've had your discussion with your team. How long have you been playing FPL for? Have we lost him? Daniel, you got yourself muted again, buddy.
I'm sorry.
How long have you been playing FPL for, mate?
It's my first year.
Oh, and how are you doing?
I mean, I don't know. The first thing that was pretty bad is that I missed my first game week.
This is your first game week?
I missed it.
You missed the first game week. So whereabouts are you in the world? Are you still above Stevo?
About 2 million.
Oh, that's not too bad at all, considering you missed an entire game week. So
I don't know. It could be better, but it's okay. It's okay. It's only my first year. I'm optimistic about it.
I love your team.
Oh, thanks.
I love it because it's got Jamie Vardy, it's got Salah, it's got Fernandes, it's got De Bruyne, it's got Grealish, it's got Jota, and it's got... I mean, Bamford is... I mean, he's got the numbers that back it all. I mean, literally, your team is just screaming points.
Thank you very much.
Those
I just
front
think I
seven
need
are just ridiculous. Chilwell, yeah, you could... We got James, you know...
I got James, and I got 1.1 million in the bank, which means I can do it for -4, but I already made -8 for this week.
I don't think you need to do any more than a -8. I'm assuming you brought in Vardy to captain him.
Yeah, I did.
Who did you take out? Calvert-Lewin?
No, Calvert-Lewin. I made it early on, maybe game week 6, game week 7, when Richarlison took a red card.
So who did you take out? Who did you take out for Vardy then?
Harry Kane.
Oh, mate, you captaining Vardy. I think it's going to pay off. It's Fulham at home, for God's
Hopefully.
sake. They're awful.
He should. If he doesn't, I'll be really I don't know. It's going to be pretty bad.
Like you and about 2 million other FPL managers are all going to start screaming if he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, that's right. Do you think KDB is a good captain, considering Nick Pope is injured as well?
I think that it's up there with the best of them. I think Vardy and KDB are the two best captaincy options this week.
Yeah,
if I was going to go one of them, it would be KDB. Only because he's a midfielder and he gets more points for assists and goals. That's the only reason.
Oh my god, I'm just going to listen to what you say.
Mate, you brought in Vardy for a hit. That's
I
the
don't
thing.
want to put pressure on you, but yeah,
No.
still, if he gets 3 points, it's pretty good.
Please don't go on what I say. Take my advice, but don't think, right, I'm
Okay,
going to just
okay,
listen.
I'm going to consider it.
You've put the armband on Vardy because you feel that you thought it was necessary to take Harry Kane out to bring Jamie Vardy in. That is a big decision, and you're now backing that up with the captaincy. Okay?
Yeah.
However, I don't have Vardy in my team, so I haven't had this dilemma. However, and I will say however, it's that Fulham game, man. It's the thing. It's
yeah. I really should get to know. I don't know. I'm gonna think about it.
I think that if it was me, I'd go captain on KDB. It would. I'm being honest. I would because of the history against Burnley and the fact that that Pope's injured. I just see City. They've had a few defeats now. They've got to bounce back. I can see them battering a team soon. I'm not to say that Jamie Vardy couldn't get a hat-trick against Fulham, and believe you me, that's perfectly possible. But I do feel that De Bruyne, he's got a perfect
could be
opportunity
something
to score big. Yeah.
Do you think Calvert-Lewin is must-have for the whole season, even if their fixture draws pretty bad?
I don't think fixtures are a massive issue for Calvert-Lewin.
His form is tough.
I think the form is amazing. I mean, the Digne injury is obviously going to put off a lot of people now.
Yeah, because he needs the best crosses for his header.
He's proven a lot of his cricket. He's proven a lot of his critics wrong from last season. And
yeah, that's right.
For me, he is a complete striker. He's got everything I would want in a striker.
For me, after 3 game weeks, Jamie Vardy is going out, and I think I'm getting like Antonio maybe and Calvert-Lewin for who is it, Brewster. Do you think it's a good idea?
Let's just see what happens with Vardy over the next few weeks.
If he does well, I'm going to keep.
What I've learned and what Steve-O's mentioned on stream earlier on is that you can plan and plan and plan and plan and have all these ideas and all these notes written down on your bits of paper like I have, which you can't see because it's invisible. But the thing is, you know as well as I do, the COVID can come around and pull a little spanner in the works, or an injury can happen here, and then this player tests positive, and then all of a sudden you've got problems elsewhere. So yeah, I would just almost playing it on a game week to game week basis. That's how I'm doing it right now. But your team's looking great. I mean, your team looks absolutely beautiful. Like that for me is a team that I'd want to go into this week with, 100%.
I mean, attacking wise, it's pretty good. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Justin against Fulham. I mean, there's a problem with Justin. He will get dropped at some point for Pereira. Will it be this week? I hope not for you, but obviously you have got playing defender and Walker Peters off the bench.
Do you think Mitchell is going to play?
I wouldn't imagine so. However, some people might consider starting him over less favourable players in their teams, just on the off chance.
Yeah.
But yeah, Justin, I mean, pretty much guaranteed clean sheet. Fulham. I don't want to jinx it for you. Kufal, decent. I mean, yeah, I think Aston Villa could score in that game. However, you never know with him. And James, obviously, an attacking threat for Chelsea. So yeah, I don't even see that defense as being that weak. To be honest, it's not great. Don't get me wrong, but it's not awful.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. That's for sure.
No. So cheers, dude, for coming on, man.
Thank you.
And it's an absolute pleasure. Where are you from, mate? Where are you from?
Okay, that's gonna be weird. I'm from Syria. Have you heard about it?
Sweden? Yeah, I've heard about Sweden, man.
No, it's not Sweden. Syria.
Oh, Syria. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's. I think you're not the first person that's called from Syria. You're not the first person. We last year we had someone from Syria call in. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I bet it's not as cold down there than it is up here. Blimey, now it's.
Oh no, it's not. It's not.
Our top temperature today was 5 degrees.
My God,
Celsius.
That's cold.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, absolute pleasure, my friend. Thank you so
Thank
much
you for having me. Thank you for coming
on. Cheers, dude. Speak to
Thank you very much. It's an honor.
Yeah, come on again. Come on again. No, it's an honor having you
Sure.
on. Thank you.
Will do.
Cheers, buddy. Class act. People from all over the world coming in, just jumping in Discord, chatting fantasy football. It brings people together, and I just wow. I just want to say, where are we with it comes to likes right now? We are on over 100 likes. Therefore, it's time to reveal my team. You guys are going to be so judgmental. I know you guys are going to be so judgmental. And you know what? A few people, they might say, well, Jason, why don't you make it a bit more interesting? Why don't you do your moves on stream or discuss your moves in front of all the awesome chat people? But because I tell you now, you guys suck for giving advice. Okay, I don't want to listen to your, your coerciveness. I just, I think, I don't want to be swayed by what they're saying in the chat, because normally what they say is a load of crap and they just want me to fail because they're rivals and they don't want me to score big green arrows. They want me to score red arrows because a lot of you guys are in mini leagues that I'm involved in. So screw you guys, and let's quickly have a look at my team. But first and foremost, can you guys guess who I took out of my team? My team is up on the right there. Can you guys guess who I took out of that team? Anyone want to guess? It's really hard. This guy says Son. Kane, Lamptey, Son, Calvert-Lewin, Rashford. Wrong. I didn't even have Kane in my team. What did you say Kane for? Okay, so I took out, this is going to be a few eyebrows raised. I can almost see the eyebrows burning through the chat box there. I took out Ziyech. Yeah, I took out Ziyech and I took out Rashford. And I took out Lamptey. And what was left with? I was left with Lewis, De Bruyne and Jota. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the moves I did. The moves that are going to project me into the top 500,000 this coming game week. 100% guaranteed. No qualms, no questions, no money back, no nothing. It's going to be green arrows galore, my friend, because the armband this game week is on none other than Kevin De Bruyne, who's going to be up against a Burnley team that are going to be quivering in their boots. Free scoring Man City. It could be 6 goals in that game. 7 goals. Maybe even 8. Who knows? KDB. 4 assists. 2 goals. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to come back down to earth in a minute. Maybe I'm just dreaming. But what I can say is, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of taking a few hits. I'm not scared of what you guys have to say in the chat. Yes, what are you guys anyway? What are you saying in the chat? To be honest. Crazy. I'm still waiting for the chat to refresh, actually. Bamford benched. Yeah, I know. Who am I going to play Bamford over? Lewis's fixtures aren't too bad, all right? Peaky Blinders, he's on the up now. You're going to regret benching Bamford, Jason. I would bench Watkins, personally. Badman Cheese is saying ballsy. Good changes, but Bamford in for Watkins, says Ramanathan. I mean, but right, yeah, to be honest with you, in terms of the amount of chances that player is going to get, I agree. I think Bamford is going to get more chances than Watkins. So why am I benching Bamford? That is a very good question. Why is Lewis a bad pick? I mean, his fixtures are good, and he's 4.3 million. Everton are leaky. Yeah. You're right. Pickford's in goal. West Ham United is solid at defence, Jason. This is the reason why I don't read you guys. You guys have all got your little opinions that you're just trying to sway me with. To be honest with you, it is a toss of a coin for me. Watkins, Bamford. You know what? Do you know what? I can bring my team up, right? If I do play Bamford and I bench Watkins, then I can play Watkins against Newcastle and bench Bamford against Chelsea. So they do actually rotate quite well. Because next week, so game week 11, Bamford bench against Chelsea, Watkins at Newcastle, and then I can play Bamford against West Ham. I can bench Watkins against Wolves. I then can play... then I'm going to have an issue because both of them have good... And then I can bench, I don't know, Jota against Tottenham. And then play Bamford against Newcastle and play Watkins against Burnley. And then game week 15, I can bench Bamford against Manchester United because then I'm going to have a glimpse of chance of scoring against United, and then play Watkins against West Brom. There we go. They rotate perfectly. So all these people that are like, why have you got Bamford on the bench? Why have you got Watkins? You know, you can't do anything with those teams. Absolutely versatility in a nutshell, my friends. My friends in the chat. Good evening, Celtic. Go early on Sergio. To be honest, Sergio Aguero has been talked about a lot in the chat and in Discord. I'd be interested to see how many people transfer him in. Hey, Jason, should I captain Bruno or Vardy? Vardy, because, I mean, it's like, if you can have a player against Fulham every week, you take it. Jason, look at West Ham's recent results. Defence is very solid at the moment. Aston Villa is out Barkley, and he also looked suspect last week. To be fair, Watkins didn't really touch the ball. And I know, again, it's the whole... Yeah, you know what? I hate to say it, but you are starting to kind of convince me that Bamford is the one to choose over Watkins. Don't put plans, just play each week. That's what you told me. To be honest, I think, you know, if what everyone's learning each and every week, and this season is a bit of an anomaly than previous seasons because of what's going on. So sometimes the good moves turn out to be the bad moves, and the obvious picks turn out to fail. So, you know, it's like, you know, Spurs beating Man City. You know, last week everyone was saying get rid of Son, get rid of Kane. You know, I was saying hold on to Spurs. They're in form. You know, Kane is playing amazing. Not as a striker necessarily, but he's playing amazing. Son's playing incredible. Why would you get rid of him? And look what happened. They beat him 2-0. Imagine being convinced by us idiots in chat. Yeah, exactly. Watkins is on penalties. Maybe. I don't know for definite. Zaha and James Rodriguez to Sterling and Vida. Oh. Zaha and James Rodriguez to Sterling and Riedewald. Sterling, no. KDB, yes. Hi, Jason. How many goals do you think Everton will score versus Leeds? I mean, this is... I don't think there's going to be that many goals in that game. But however, I think Leeds are going to have the majority of the possession. Is this unpopular opinion? I think Leeds could win that game. And I'm benching Bamford. Anti-fantasy right here. Are you still taking callers? Yeah. Listen, James. I am still taking callers. All right, but I'm just having a moment. I was talking about my team because we reached 100 likes. I've been chatting to callers for like 10 minutes, and I spend 5 minutes talking about my team, and I'm already getting complained about. You're last on the list now. You're on Santa's naughty list, James. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in the waiting list. We got Rob White, who I haven't seen before. Rob White, can you hear me, my friend? You're live on the show. Go ahead and unmute yourself. He's unmuted himself. Rob, can you hear me, dude? Oh, Rob, are you there? Hello, Rob. He keeps jumping out of the chat. You there, dude? Hello? He's trying his best to talk. Rob, can you hear me?
I'm trying.
I don't know. Oh no, he keeps jumping out. He's trying his best. You keep leaving the channel. Don't press any buttons. Rob, don't press any buttons, mate. You keep leaving the channel. Hello?
Hello?
I can hear you, mate. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
This is why persistence pays off, my friend. Hopefully you'll stay in here. But how you doing, mate?
I'm fine. Not too bad.
First time on the show. I don't think I've read your name out before.
No, I'm new to the channel.
What, brand new to the channel?
Not quite. Been here for a few weeks, but first time on Discord.
Oh, Fez. And what do you think about the Discord community we've got going from the initial impression?
Pretty decent.
Yeah, it's a fair amount of characters on our server at the moment, I must say. And I think it's a good, healthy concoction of all different types and breeds of FPL managers. But enough of that. Let's talk about you and your team. First of all, how did you hear about us? Did you, by any chance, get a recommended video on your list?
I did. Came up.
And did you know how that happened?
No. Well, I've heard you say it's because of the likes.
Because of the likes. It's because of the likes. It's the guys and the girls that watch the show, hit the like button. That's all they need to do, and it gets a little beacon gets sent out to all these people that like fantasy football on YouTube. They go, hang on a minute, you haven't watched this show before. They're getting 100 likes a stream. You might as well check them out. And then people like you come on Discord with Naji. We had from Syria earlier on coming on. First time ever. It's a pleasure, my friend. Absolute pleasure. How are you doing at the moment in the world?
Million rank, but I'm not very. I'm quite new to FPL, so it's not too bad.
First season playing?
Second, but it's the first time I'm actually taking it like semi-seriously.
How can I say? Have you got a bit of a captaincy dilemma this week, or are you pretty confident with your choice? Because I'm going to load your team up now, and I notice your captaincy is on a different captain, however, than what we've seen previous callers. It's on none other than Mohamed Salah. Are you confident with that?
I'm a Liverpool fan. Have to go a Liverpool player. Can't watch.
Well, you've got three there.
Yeah.
You've got Jota, Salah, and Mane.
Yeah, it's for me, it's the right thing to do because they're all going to tick over with points. And if Liverpool have a bad fixture, I don't have to captain any of them. I can captain De Bruyne, and even if one of them scores, you probably get points from other people, so you get coverage.
You're not worried about De Bruyne's potential returns against Burnley? Obviously, you own him, so you know you're going to get the points anyway. But you're not worried about it. You know the ceiling could be potentially higher against a weakened Burnley defence. Yeah, with something that they need to prove because their form has been awful lately. Or do you think because of that they're going to struggle?
Well, I just think that Salah got transferred out last week by quite a few people. So if there's any time where captaining will actually lead to a rank shift, it's now. And De Bruyne has been moved in by loads of people. So I think it's gutsy, but it's probably going to pay off. I just don't like Brighton. To me, they just don't do it.
Well,
I think they're poor.
As a Liverpool fan, I need to ask you, Jota, is he going to be a familiar face in that starting 11 going forward, do you think? Or do you think there's going to be rotation?
I don't think he will be. I can't. Personally, for me, I think come January, he will be. I think when the squad gets stretched in January, he'll. I don't think the 4-2-3-1 is Klopp's formation. I don't see it. But then, I've only got to keep him for an hour. It's just a punt. But
I would love him to be. I would love him to be a starter. I admired him when he played for Wolves. He's now in a team that's way more attacking. And he's proof in the pudding that if he gets chances, he's going to put them away, isn't he?
Yeah, I get that. I just think I'm not saying it's lucky, but I don't think it's sustainable at this point. I honestly don't. But I think he's good value at this. Obviously, he's good value at 6.7 now. I got him in for 6.3. So.
Oh man, what an absolute bargain! You would never get rid of that. I mean, the thing is, like, all he needs to do is get a consecutive run of starts, and I think loads of people are going to be jumping on him. Like, I think he's going to just be constantly getting returns, like week in, week out. And as much as I hate to say it, but I'm kind of jealous that you guys got to sign him, because I think he would have. Yeah. I think he would have really fit in well at United. But it is what it is.
Next week I'm doubling up on Man City defence. So Keane's going to go up to Walker because I've got the money in the bank to do that, and then have double City, double Chelsea defence.
What's the thoughts of Wilson?
He's on penalties. He just seems to tick over if he doesn't get injured. And when I can get Walker into the team, unless Man City have a terrible fixture, he probably will be on the bench, or Jota, depending. I feel like I just needed one good bench option each week.
I don't know what that meant, but apparently Gogsy says you have Kazar milkers, whatever that means. Whatever that means, I don't know, and I don't really get that. So moving on. So the rest of your team looking pretty decent. I would be worried about not captaining Kevin De Bruyne, to be honest with you. It's a big risk that you're taking, in my opinion. But
sure it is. Salah's still a top player.
Jam's always raiding me. Hang on,
to not captain Salah. I mean, I think you're crazy. He's got to be on the list of captains.
I think there's going to be a lot of people that transferred him out be struggling to get him back in. I mean, it's the whole thing about him being out in Egypt, testing positive. The whole thing kind of left to a lot of people to transfer him out. And I don't know who Jamzor is, but thank you ever so much, Bristolian Arsolian. Thank you ever so much for that raid. I do appreciate you guys coming in, checking out the channel for the first time. And I don't know who Mark Collett is, but I do appreciate, again, thank you ever so much for this party of people that have tuned in. Yeah, it's a first for everything, and it's certainly a first for us having some people on. But no,
Lamptey wins the ball we're just going to dominate them. They will be absolutely dominated.
Well, Lamptey's not playing, so it's not going to be an issue.
That's what I mean. They can't win the ball back without Lamptey for me. They don't really have an attack. Welbeck, come on. It's an easy
He's
win.
returning to form, Welbeck. What are you on about?
Come on.
No, it's fair. You make a very valid point. I mean, he is. It's Mohamed Salah. He's proven over the years he's definitely a considerable captaincy pick, and you might be going against the grain a little bit by choosing him this week when there's lots of people going with Vardy, KDB, and others. However, like you said, green arrows galore for you if he does return. But best of luck to you, man, and I hope to hear from you to see how he does.
Cheers. I'll come back dude. When he's got a hat trick.
Yeah, when he's come back on, and tell everyone about it. Cheers, Rob. Appreciate it, dude.
Thanks.
Shout out to Thogden. Says, "What's Europa best last battle?" Sweshi FN is subscribed. Thank you ever so much. I just want to say, guys, that we've still got some callers stacking up in the Discord. We're going to get them on in a moment. I want to say a massive thank you to the moderators dealing with all the influx of new members here in the chat as well. James has been waiting for a while. James Muck, how you doing, my friend?
Yeah, you're right. I'm doing all right.
Been waiting a little while, haven't you? You've been growing a beard since you joined the Discord waiting room. How's it going, mate?
I'm not doing too bad. How about you? I've seen your team.
Yeah.
Taking Ziyech out.
Yeah, I know, right? Think I'm mad?
Well, no, because I was thinking about getting Ziyech in, but I'm probably going to stick with Hammers.
Yeah,
so I was thinking about getting Ziyech in for Hammers, but I'm probably going to stick with him, to be honest.
I mean, to be honest, taking Ziyech out did feel kind of a little bit sore. To be fair, it's a player that I really admire. I think he's great quality for that Chelsea team. Is going to be at the fulcrum of all the creativity that they show. However, it's for me, it was an enabler to get in Kevin De Bruyne, and I think Kevin De Bruyne this week is by far the best captaincy pick, even over Jamie Vardy. What would you have to say about that?
Well, I think when I first started thinking about my transfers for this week, it was De Bruyne in. But I'm not really sure because like I've got a lot of other areas that I might need to like take care of. Like I've still got Morpay in. I need to get him out. I've got Saiss in. He's got Corona. I need to get him out. I've got Keane in as well. I mean, he's blanked like pretty much every week that I've had him in. I need to get him out. So I'm not sure if I like can really focus on getting De Bruyne in. I think I need to like take care of some of these like bad areas in my team.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you say that. I mean, some people are taking -8s and -12s. I've seen on Twitter as well. And Boone has taken, I think, -8. He's in a similar position. He's got Brighton players in that he needs to shift on because obviously the swinging fixtures. Obviously, Man City's fixtures are looking nice. Vardy at home to Fulham is another one that's swaying people to take hits. Timo Werner, I asked a caller earlier on about Timo Werner. Do you feel that I spoke to Dre Zero actually about it earlier on. Timo Werner, are you happy owning him going forward? Or do you feel like maybe his position out wide is going to reduce his attacking potential in FPL wise?
Well, when I got Werner in, I was taking Kane out. So I wanted to like still have like a fairly expensive forward in there who like I could rely on to get a consistent flow of points. I think my thinking with Werner was that I think when I watch him play, he does get quite a lot of chances that like sometimes he does miss. So I feel like once he gets a bit more settled in with Chelsea, because I don't really think he is like fully settled in yet, I think he'll kick on and I think he'll definitely start scoring a lot more points consistently. But I'm not sure about Werner for right now for the long term. I think I just got him in. Just maybe
it's that a price point, really, isn't he? Yeah, it's a bit of a price point for you. I mean, are you going to be waiting to see on Aguero, see what happens with him, or are you thinking that's a bit of a trap?
I think I'm going to wait for Aguero to see if he like starts playing well. If he starts playing well, then I think about it. But I'm not really too bothered about Aguero as of now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair with you, I mean, it's obviously a few issues there. Mupai, I mean, the team is not far away from being a class team, to be fair with you. You've got a lot of the popular picks. So you haven't done a transfer yet on that team that's on the screen at the moment.
No.
Can you not consider, possibly maybe moving out Mupai, bringing in, say, someone else? And how many transfers have you got? Is it just a one or you got two?
I've got one free transfer this week.
So Mupai, and who else was it you were saying about you're thinking about getting rid of?
Saiss, because he's got Corona.
Doesn't give you a lot of money, does it? That's the problem.
Yeah, and Keane, because he just isn't playing well at all. Well, Everton aren't like defending well at all.
I mean, you could... Yeah, you kind of trapped your money into those areas with, obviously, for Salah, Fernandes, Calvert-Lewin, and Werner. Your money's kind of in Werner, Fernandes, and Salah, and Robertson. So to speak. So how much money have you got in the bank at all?
0.1.
0.1. So you haven't got much flexibility to move Mupai out. Have you considered any potential replacements for Mupai?
Well, I asked before about Antonio. My original plan was Watkins, but then I made a full plan for how to get Watkins in, and I was about to do it, and then I realised I've already got 3 Aston Villa players. So I can't do Watkins unless I take one of the Villa players out. But I'm probably, if I do just do a straight swap for Morpay, it's probably going to be someone like Antonio. But another thought I've had is that I downgrade Morpay to someone like Brewster, and then like upgrade Alzate and then do like a 3-5-2.
Yeah, that could work. To be fair with you, the fact that there's a lot more choice in that 6 million to 7 million, 7.5 million price range in midfield than there is freeing up that money with Mupai down to Brewster. So yeah, I think that would you be able to? How much would you be left with if you did Mupai to Brewster?
I wouldn't be able to get Jota if I did Mupai to Brewster. Then I'd have 2 million left in the bank. So I'd have to like downgrade like someone else, like one of my defenders, if I wanted to get Jota.
So you'd be looking at -8 territory then, wouldn't you? Just to get in Jota, which is kind of a little bit overkill. Well, it is overkill. If I was going to do something like that, I would take out Werner. And I would possibly bring in see, Vardy's the big one, but then that's money you're just going to wait. You're going to throw money from Werner into Vardy. You could downgrade Werner, say to maybe Watkins or Bamford. Bamford in this instance, due to the fact you've got 3 Aston Villa anyway, and then that would give you money then to upgrade your Alzate in midfield, and it probably would give you quite a considerable amount of money, wouldn't it, to upgrade? You'd be looking at what, 3 or 4 million.
Yeah, I think the thing with Bamford, he's got Everton and Chelsea next, hasn't he? So
he has, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I mean, Everton are not great at defending. Pickford's in goal. It's almost like you shoot the ball at Pickford, he'll find a way of getting it in the net for you. Yeah, I mean, I can see your point with that. I mean, you can't get Watkins in. So really, I mean, you've kind of looking at other options then. Wilson, it's not for me. For that price point, I can't really think of anyone else. I'm
looking at Bamford's penalty stats. He's got 0.66 expected goals.
It's ridiculous.
Penalty,
it's ridiculous.
Which is pretty good. And he's got 7 goals and 1 assist.
His stats this season are brilliant. Expected goals are great. You can't ignore leads. They are what anyone says. Even myself, at the beginning of the season, I didn't expect them to come out hitting the ground running like they did, and he's going to get chances. You know that Bamford in a game is going to get chances, and he has been putting them away. He's been putting a fair few of them away, which is more than what you can say at the moment for Ollie Watkins, who isn't getting those chances. So yeah, I when the chat was earlier on berating me because I was playing Watkins and benching Bamford, maybe they do have a major point there. So maybe that could be your move. That Werner out, free up the funds to upgrade Alzate in midfielder, and then go with a 3-5-2 formation. That seems to be a popular thing at the moment. 3-5-2.
So if I did Werner at Bamford, what's Bamford's price? That'll give me 3.4 in the bank.
Yeah. So you better get Jota in.
I could upgrade Alzate to like an 8. I could easily get Jota in then.
You could go to 8. Yeah.
I'd still have Morpie in, I'd still have Keane in, I'd still have a lot of the problems in my team.
You would have, yeah. So this is the thing, you're just throwing money around. So you want to solve long-term problems. You obviously, when you brought Mopai in, you thought he would do all right for you, but he's just, the fixtures are kind of switched wrong around. On that. You're kind of trapped there with that, without having to take, either you save transfers or you take hits. That's the thing. You could free that Werner money up, take that money out and throw it into 6 million, 7 million strikers.
What do you think about possibly downgrading Robertson?
No, not for me. I think that I was looking at a way of getting in Robertson, to be honest. He's the only one in that Liverpool defence that is kind of showing the form of last season. He's still bombing forward, still getting the crosses in and looking likely to get assists. I wouldn't be getting rid of Robertson. That is a luxury transfer out that you don't need to make. I'd sooner get rid of Rodriguez. I'd sooner get rid of I'd sooner get rid of Keane before any obviously I know with the money situation, freeing up funds and stuff, but Rodriguez would be the first one I'd go for after Werner to free up money in that team to upgrade.
I mean, if I could go for -8 and do I could do Werner to Bamford. I don't know, because then I'd still have more pay than, wouldn't I? Yeah, if I did Werner to Bamford, I was like to Jota, and I could do something with Keane.
Yeah, there's definitely combinations you need to look at, but this is something which obviously takes time, and getting the transfer page up and going through each combination, finding out what you like, deciding how much your limit is on whether or not you want to take a hit, and if so, is a -8 your limit? That's certainly something which I would consider if I had Mupay in my team. I wouldn't want him stinking up my first team personally. I would even play Walker Peters over him. Like that. Anyway, but I appreciate your time coming on, James, but we're going to have to move on to the next caller, my friend.
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy. And whatever you decide to do,
Thanks.
stick it on in the Discord channels. You know, in the RMT channels. I have a few discussions there. There's a lot of people in here that are more than happy to chat about it. Cheers, dude.
So it's a Friday deadline, isn't it?
It is a Friday deadline. Yeah, good. Remind everybody that it's a Friday deadline. Yeah, absolutely. Cheers, dude. Cheers, James. Oh, guys, that is a dilemma in a nutshell, right there. Just want to say, just roll the transfer, says Jamie T. Just a reminder that Dre Zero will be live tomorrow. Palace versus Newcastle. Hangout stream from half an hour before kickoff. Dre Zero will be hosting the big match live Friday evening. Discord, Elite FPL Discord in the Hangouts. Big shout out to him. I want to say also thank you for the callers this evening. We've got a few others to get through, and we're gonna do a bit of a quick fire round, getting through them. Akshay, what's going on, buddy? You've been waiting a while. Are you there? Are you there, dude? You got yourself muted, buddy, if you can hear me. And a 3, and a 2, and a 1. He's off. He's probably off making a cup of tea, and that's what it is. Oh no, he's there. He's unmuted himself. Akshay, you there, dude? Speak now or forever hold your peace, my friend.
Jason.
Yes, we have life. What's going on, dude?
Yeah. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I'm being convinced by chat to play Bamford over Watkins. Do you think that's the logical move?
I would take Bamford or Watkins, considering Leeds are playing Everton.
Yeah.
Everton's defense is quite good.
Shaky, yeah. Do you think the Digne injury might actually improve their defense because of how attacking he is?
But in one way, it also hurts their attack. So it's this or that, and whatever Ancelotti decides, it's gonna hurt one of his, either the attack or the defense.
Apparently, I missed a super chat.
I actually came on because I wasn't able to decide on my captain. I've posted my team screenshot.
Okay, let's open it up. Here we are. Carthy in goal, Mings, Chilwell, Justin, Cancelo, Son, Grealish, Jota, Fernandes, Calvert-Lewin and Kane. So you're not deciding your captain. So between Fernandes and
Calvert-Lewin, Kane, Son, the armband has gone everywhere for the last 2 days.
No. Your best captaincy pick is the one that you got. Fernandes. He's the clock. He's literally our most important player. Everyone's looking at him. They're giving him the ball. He's driving forward. He's creating chances after chances. He's on penalties. He's by far for me the best captaincy pick. If you haven't got KDB, if you haven't got Salah, if you haven't got Vardy, the next one on the list, my friend, it's none other than Bruno. And do not hesitate for one moment and thinking any differently. I know Son and Kane, they've been in good form, but they are away at Chelsea, and I think Chelsea are going to have decent spells of possession. And I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game, whereas the Fernandes captaincy, for me, stands out. Calvert-Lewin, no, not against Leeds. I think Leeds will have a lot of possession. I think they'll win that game. You might get a consolation goal, you might get something out of that, but for me, Fernandes stands out like a sore thumb.
Makes sense, makes total sense. Also, just tell me the overall team, how does it look?
Oh yeah, overall your team, it's looking good, mate. I mean, what can I say? You got Chilwell, you got Cancelo if he plays. I think he'll play. Almost guaranteed clean sheet. Got Justin. Yeah, it's a risk that he could get benched for Pereira, but I think he's got a couple, maybe 1 or 2 games more left in him. He's at home to Fulham, guaranteed almost clean sheet. Mings, he is. It's not a bad fixture. West Ham away, they're looking pretty solid. Could end up with 0-0 that game. Son, Grealish, Jota, Fernandes, Calvert-Lewin, Kane. I mean, there's no weaknesses in that team. There's no, unless you're like, can't have players playing against Chelsea away. I'm gonna have to get rid of my Spurs players. Then I mean, other than that, there's nothing wrong with that, mate. There's nothing.
I'm quite happy with Son and Kane, and I'm gonna stick with them.
The answer to that question, mate, McCarthy should be someone else. But that's just me being picky. But there was a super chat. I need to quickly address. We did have a lot of people coming in on a raid. A lot of people donating amounts of money, talking about players I don't know about that aren't in the Premier League. I want to say to Yash, best Zaha replacement, Jota, Foden, Barnes, Torres, or St. Maximin. I'm on St. Maximin right now, 5.3 million guaranteed starter, and Talisman plus Callum Wilson is back. Great fixtures. Yes, he is. Callum Wilson is back. The fixtures are good. I think the value in Jota is you've got to be very careful to just pass that opportunity up. Even at 6.6, 6.7 million now, if he's getting game time in Liverpool, for that Liverpool team, he's going to do bits. He's such a quality player. Foden, no, so much uncertainty with whether he'll start, whether he'll come off the bench. Yeah, he has come off the bench and scored, but for me, I wouldn't want that headache. Barnes is a big shout. Very impressed with him. I think he's a quality player. The fixture against Fulham is tasty. Torres, no. Again, it's the fixture. It's the rotation. That's the problem. Less rotation risk for Jota, in my opinion. I think he's going to get the minutes. I think Klopp has been bigging Jota up in his press conferences of late, and he's going to find a way of fitting Jota into that team. I think he's too good to be sitting on the bench, and I think he can't really. He hasn't put a foot wrong. He hasn't put a single foot wrong since putting on that Liverpool shirt. So for me, in pecking order, it wouldn't be St. Maximin first. It would be probably Jota first and foremost, then Barnes, then St. Maximin, then Foden, then Torres. That would be my order of preference. Thomas McStay says, absolute scenes when Jota is benched. It could happen. It could happen, but I can't see him being benched. I think Klopp just knows how good of a player he is. But I mean, famous last words. I know it is. It really is. But I don't know what happened. I think Akshay's just left. He's up and left me. It's 9:30. We've got two more callers in the waiting room. We've got Marty McFly and Gunner. That'll be it. Marty McFly, good evening. Can you hear me? You're live on air. Marty McFly, what's going on, dude? Just need to unmute your mic and we'll move forward, my friend. Marty McFly, are you there, buddy?
What's going on?
Hey, dude, what's happening, mate? What's happening?
Oh, not much, man. Last week, 65 points, so can't complain too much, but...
You can't complain at all, 65 points. That's decent, mate. It's decent. Was that a green arrow?
But Jay, if I listened to you, I would have captained Calvert-Lewin. And, yeah, it would have been a bit better, right?
People say that sometimes that I have the luck, but I didn't think there was any luck involved in that. And Calvert-Lewin is definitely a special person. And who did you captain in the end?
Oh, yeah, I went with Mane in the end.
Oh, you went with Steve-O's pick. Anyway, you got 65 points. It's not the end of the world. And this is the challenge that Paulie has kindly posted in Discord. Could you finish this in an hour for £1,000? For £1,000, I think I could finish that in an hour.
No problem.
If I was guaranteed £1,000, I would find a way. Heaven and earth would move, and I would find a way to finish that in an hour. Definitely. Moving on.
Sit on the toilet for an hour there, though, right?
I think my body would be in some sort of like spasm for days afterwards. It's a massive shock to the system. But moving on to your team, Marcy McFly, you're gonna captain Kevin De Bruyne. There we go. No issues there, mate. No issues there. I've got no one. There's no one in that team that ranks on a pecking order above Kevin De Bruyne. So you're safe. There's not going to be any jinx. All right? You're going to captain De Bruyne It's going to be points, and more points. All those points you missed out on last week, you're going to get them this week.
So you gave me a hard time about my bench last week. Bassoum ended up coming on for Wilson, but just a suggestion that for this week, I'm thinking a -4 with Antonio for Jimenez and Diaz for Bernardo. What do you think about that one?
What, to play Diaz and bench Antonio?
Well, if Antonio doesn't play, then at least I have Diaz or I have Sufal coming on first on the bench.
Taking a -4 for a defender isn't always the best. Jimenez away at Arsenal. I can see him scoring in that game.
That's my problem.
Mind you, Arsenal have been pretty solid at the back. Jimenez is someone that I wouldn't be recommending to anyone, so maybe it is a good move to get rid of him. But does it mean upgrading to Cancelo, who could end up being rotated?
No, Diaz 100%.
Sorry, Diaz. Sorry, apology. Yeah. Diaz. Sorry, I don't know why I said Cancelo.
All the Portugal games, Diaz this year is in form. Nobody's looking at him. Everybody wants Cancelo, but I think people are going to be surprised here with Diaz coming up.
Well, you're definitely looking at almost guaranteed clean sheet. So, and I wouldn't expect
he'll score and he'll assist too.
Bernardo to get any more than 2 points. So I think it'll pay off straight away. So, yeah, go for it, mate. If you're going to set your team up going forward as well, you're not just waiting for this one game week. And I think that the hit will just pay off over the coming weeks, if not this weekend.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, do it, mate. Do it. Get that Bernardo out of your team, mate.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you like the captain, so I think I'm good to do that. I'm going to do it right now, or do you think I should wait if Antonio is going to fall? I'm just worried Jimenez will fall.
I don't know. I haven't seen how close he is to falling, mate. But the game, obviously, the deadline's tomorrow. So if you're going to do it, it's probably best to do it probably tonight, just in case. I haven't seen the stats. I don't know if Jimenez is going to go down or what the situation is with Diaz. I wouldn't imagine he's going to be rising. But yeah, I like the move. Dude. Wilson, obviously, you'd be happy to know that he's going to be back playing against Crystal Palace.
Sorry?
I say you'd be happy that Wilson's back against Palace.
Oh, yeah, I needed it.
Going to have a Lewis assist on the cards, I think, there.
Yeah, he's the only guy doing anything for Newcastle, right? Which, I mean, it doesn't say much, but better than nothing, right?
Yeah, you'll be right. You'll be fine. Cheers, Marty. I appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, have a good one. Good luck. 70
star,
points
dude.
at least.
70 points at least. Absolutely. Sounds great to me, mate. Sounds great to me. And a reminder, my team is going to be on the screen for those of you who missed it. I went with a -8 this week, taking out Tariq Lamptey for Lewis. I took out Ziyech. I brought in Jota. Took out Rashford, and I brought in De Bruyne. And I've captained De Bruyne. Big green arrow this week, ladies and gentlemen. Big shout out to all my fellow Kevin De Bruyne captainers. A big shout out to people that have been tuning in to the entire stream. Thank you again to that raid from Jamzor, who I have yet to check out on YouTube, and all of his community that came over. Some people not as nice as others, I must say. But yeah, thank you ever so much for tuning in this evening. And in terms of covering the games, I'll quickly just say now that I think the key games, I'll bring it up now, this weekend will be... So the big one is Man City Burnley. I will be covering that game, and that game being the afternoon kickoff on Saturday, 3 o'clock on Saturday. I'll be doing the live watch along for that, purely because my captaincy is playing, and I think that's going to be massive. Depending on the situation, I might do a... I don't know if I want to do Everton Leeds. I may, depending on if the game goes well, Man City Burnley, I might do Everton Leeds. I might. And then, of course, Sunday afternoon, we've got Southampton Man United, which I will do that game. So those are the games this weekend that I will be covering. So again, Man City Burnley, definitely, maybe Everton Leeds, definitely Southampton Man United. You've been watching to Elite FPL, guys. Thank you ever so much. All your awesome support. I really appreciate it. And so does Steve-O. And thank you for helping us reach 6,100 subscribers. Let's get to 10,000. Big news. Big things happening in this channel, guys, going forward. I promise you now. The shed. The shed is happening. I had a phone call yesterday. In fact, let's pause the music because this is majorness, major news. The shed is happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's happening. I got a call yesterday to say the contract is being drafted up for the exchange of houses that I'm buying. So for those who don't know, I'm waiting on a guy to sell his house to buy a shed. And this shed is insane. The shed is insulated. It's massive. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be a complete studio. Going to kit it out. So for people who are like, what's this guy on about a shed for? It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a vlog as well for members. For members, I'll blog it. I promise you I'll blog the shed, the building of the shed. Hello, Jason. Been a very long time. Still, oh, mate, Chris Judge in the chat. It's been a hot minute, my friend. Thank you ever so much. Still got your mug. It was one of the first ever mugs you issued for Manager of the Month. Happy times, my friend. Jason, will you be giving us live footy matches streaming from the shed, all rights reserved? Absolutely, mate. Guys, I'm going to have to shoot off. It's nearly 9:45. I've got to be social. I'll be back on Saturday afternoon. See you then. All the best. Stay safe. And don't forget the Friday deadline. I'll see you then.